Guys, so we're going to be doing some integration today. We're going to be integrating y equals x within the limits of x is 1 and x is 3. So the whole point of integrating is to find the area between certain limits. So with this one, we've got y is x, which on a graph, it's pretty simple. It's just a straight line that goes through the origin. Should have done it maybe a bit bigger. But basically, if you have x is 1 here, and x is 3 is probably about here, maybe increase this line a bit, then essentially what it's saying is we want the area there. And so with integration, it's always good to have the correct signs on your equation. So the integration sign is that, and you should always put dot dx when you're working in terms of x. So obviously it's just good practice. So when you do integrate it, it's basically the opposite of differentiation. So you'll add 1 to the power and divide by the new power. So it's y is x, which is x to the 1, x to the power of 1. So when you integrate, you'll get x, add 1 to the power, so it's now x to the 2, and then divide by the new power will give you a half x to the 2. And now in normal circumstances, if you didn't have limits, you would put plus c, plus a constant, and that's just good practice. But because there's limits, I'm going to put some brackets around it, and it's in the limits of 3 and 1. So what you do is you simply just substitute the limits into this equation. So you'll have a half 3 squared all subtracted by a half of 1 squared. Put it all in brackets. Now the reason for that is the half 3 squared, it's basically the area from x is 0 to x is 3, and the half 1 squared is the area from x is 1 to x is 0. So essentially what you want is to find the area between x is 1 and x is 3. So you do the big one minus this little triangle to give you the desired area. So what you'll get, half 3 squared, so 3 squared is 9, divided by 2 is just 9 over 2. Subtracted by 1 squared is 1, so it's just a half. So 9 over 2 minus 1 over 2 should be 8 over 2, which is just 4. That's the answer. Now, usually you won't need units unless it's specified in the question.